and you are the head of customer experience, customer service, and contact center management.
Right. Objective?
Objective is to introduce the new product of robotic process automation and sell it to the contact center side of that.
Good.
Okay, guys. My name is David Ridge. I am a solutions consultant for Verint. I initially started life in the technical side of the house. So doing I started life as a developer, worked my way up through to technical architect. Did some large scale implementations across enterprise level things both in Ireland and in Australia, including here in IAG. Actually, I spent 2.5 years as a senior team lead for the multi-channel project. So I'm here today to talk to you about robotic process automation, which is a new offering from Verint. So, I work in technology. Just turn it on. Right, so some of the things that we're going to talk to today is exactly what is robotic process automation, or RPA. It's a little bit, when people hear it, they sort of have a little bit of a sharp intake of breath. We'll go through a lot of that. We're going to go through what Verint, how we propose robotic process automation in our solution. We're going to say what it actually does, what it can achieve, and also how it can help you as a business. So, as I mentioned, when people hear robotic process automation, they hear two things. They hear robots and they hear automation. And a lot of those things can instill some fear in people. When people hear robots, they think, let's take over the world, the T-1000, not very good things. When they hear automation, they actually get quite concerned from a business point of view. They're thinking about the automotive industry, the 80% reduction in human capital because of precision robots such as that. Robotic process automation is not any of those things. Robotic process automation, one of its primary functions, is to help Joe. Who's Joe? This is Joe. Joe is every contact center agent in your contact center that currently has 4 screens in front of them. They have 11 different applications, and they're taking phone calls asking them to do repetitive manual data entry over and over and over again. The average time it takes to do a change of address process in IAG is 7 to 9 minutes. 7 to 9 minutes of that time where the customer's on the phone listening to clickety clack clack or please hold, listening to dead silence. How many Joes do you have in your contact center? 7. Exactly. 7 to 9 minutes per transaction, per change address. How many minutes is that a day, a week? How much are you paying Joe to change the address, to copy and paste an address that he may or may not have written down correctly across 4, 5, 6, 7 different systems? Robotic process automation can alleviate that stress and take what is not necessarily a time-sensitive transaction away from your AHD. Robotic process automation is also a fraction of the cost that you're paying Joe. What are you paying him, like $80,000, $90,000 a year? What percentage of that is going to him copying and pasting addresses into multiple different systems? Robotic process automation also requires no integration whatsoever. We'll go through the technology in a little bit, but essentially it just monitors or replicates what an agent does at the screen level. So if you can record it, if you can get one of your consultants to actually replicate the process, we can record that and repeat it over and over again. It has an extremely short time to value with no integration and low cost. You're up and running in a number of weeks, and that specific transaction and those errors from your contact center have been removed. Here's the proof. One of our customers is an IT enterprise company in the US. They had a challenge to migrate a number of customers onto new contracts when they were new. Now, the new contracts was just a load of data that was sitting every time someone called up. If they were on an old system, you had to take all that data, put it into the new system. Basic data entry. But you needed the customer to agree to it, and it happened on the phone call. So, what we did with that company was we took that process, we took that data, and we automated it. So when the customer called in, we triggered the robot to take that information, start a renewal process, and then just send out the application calls. That simple process was 65,000 transactions a year, automated, removed from the contact center. It was improving productivity by 40% and saved $300,000, one transaction. It also reduced the average handle time from 12 to 7 minutes. Here's how we do it. So, robots. Let's talk about robots. They are 24/7. They are your employee, but they don't take a break. And they don't go home. And they're cheaper. Right? They're not human. So they don't get bored. They don't get distracted. And this is that main point I was trying to make. We're not here to remove 80% of your workforce and turn them into robots. What we're trying to do is improve customer service. Do you think your employees enjoy copy and pasting information from one screen to another? Do you think your customers enjoy being on hold while your customer does that, or while your agent does that? Let your customer service representatives represent your organization and your customer service. It increases security and confidentiality. So, a robot doesn't care, they're not going to read it, they're just going to copy and paste it. It's confidential information, it doesn't matter, we don't have a screen, it happens on a server somewhere else. And it reduces compliance risk, because it's the same process over and over again, and it's the right process. You don't have the person in the corner of the contact center who's been there 30 years, who kind of knows a quicker way of doing it, but they just bypass, they don't read out the same thing, or they don't bypass the system just to get a quicker metric or a better performance. In terms of the no integration, this is the technology part I was getting to. Verint's robotic process automation uses a patented visual recognition technology, which essentially means if it's on the screen, it can recognize where to go. It means it doesn't integrate with the technology itself, but the screen. So you can develop a custom in-house application. You could have the strangest, oldest green screen, or the newest, the guys in IT just came up with it yesterday. It doesn't matter. If it's on the screen, we can record it, we can take that information, and we can process it. Examples we've already gone through: change of address, underwriting and admin policy, interacting with the green screens, taking the information that is already in your green screens like Huon and CRODS, and putting them into your new Java-based applications, the new multi-channel, omni-channel situations that you already have. There are, it's not just repetitive process. It can actually make basic decisions. It can interpret whether there's already a number in a field. If there isn't, go this way. If there is, go that way. Basic manual data entry. If you can record it, if it can be done on screen, we can automate it. It's very simple. It really is. A robot, we determine, we call it a client. An authoring studio, it's how you record it. And there's one server. That's it. This is a picture of the studio. It's business driven. It doesn't require IT. You just click, it records, you point at where you want the field, and you tell it what to do. That's very simple. All you WFM heads in the house, we can monitor your robot workforce. You can schedule, you can do all that WFM stuff the Verint's way. We love Verint, we love WFM, we can do it with robots. And also we can report on exactly what they're doing, when, and get the most out of it. So in summary, for a fraction of the cost of your full-time employees, you can alleviate Joe and all his colleagues' pain. You can increase your customer satisfaction. You can reduce average handle time. You can reduce errors. You can increase compliance, and you can be up and running in 3 weeks. Why wouldn't you take it?
Well done, David.
Good job.
Have a seat.
It is one.
Overall impression?
Where do I sign? That's very good. Love it that they move from here to here.
Yeah. Yeah. Not just looking at, a number of you are doing that. Yeah, Ron's doing it, you did it, Amit's moving that here. You're starting to own the room. You're the expert. That's what I want to come out. As I said to you earlier today, you haven't been employed here just to speak to slides. You've been employed because you've got deep, rich expertise, and now it's coming out. It's coming out with the right tone, with confidence. It's coming out with the right amount of evidence, and it's coming out with something tailored. Yeah, so far, it's all been about the client, which is fantastic.
And also, sorry, and also I noticed David asked the audience a question, so
Yeah.
he invited the interaction from the audience.
That pausing too.
Yeah, I love that pause over there.
I try not to giggle, it was just perfectly.
It was great.
Yeah.
How did it feel?
If I could actually, yeah. I think I looked back at the screen a little bit.
One of the reasons for that, you did it and Amit did it, right? One of the reasons is you still got too much crap up there.
Mm.
Okay? And the more, see, Brian looked at his notes. He didn't have to look back because there's nothing there. See, if you've got all that stuff on there and you don't know it, we can use load, aim, fire as we discussed. But more importantly, the more stuff you put up there, the tendency will be to turn back and keep looking at it. That's why it's important to get those visuals showing the movie, not the script. But yesterday I got, again, a competent guy, but I just didn't feel like this was that exciting. It was okay. It was something we might look at, but today it's like, why wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yep. And David's never had to present this before. This is his first time presenting this solution.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
Really great.
Got time for one more before a break.